Hey everybody, Mike here, and it's time for my first ever Bumblebee movie discussion. It is crazy that we're having a spin-off of the Transformers film solely focused on Bumblebee, and we did learn a while back that this movie will be a prequel to the live-action films that we have seen so far. It will take place before Transformers 2007. In fact, it'll take place pretty far back behind Transformers 2007. So the movie's name at this point is Transformers Universe Bumblebee, and that was revealed by a poster from Paramount alongside a new Mission Impossible poster, or should I say kind of a reused poster. So this Bumblebee poster had the Bumblebee image from Transformers Dark of the Moon, so it's not new art. And so yeah, Transformers Universe Bumblebee is the tentative title at this point. Of course, that could change, but it seems like a pretty decent title because it has the Transformers in the name, and of course, it's focused on Bumblebee. So this prequel will be taking place in the 1980s. It seemed to be like they were going to be heading the route where it might be taking place in World War II, because that's where we see the flashbacks of Bumblebee in The Last Knight. But it's going to be taking place in the 1980s. I'm sure some G1 fans might find that very interesting. Now, of course, Bumblebee is a 1970s Camaro in the first Transformers film, so he could still be a Camaro in this movie, or maybe he could be a Volkswagen Beetle. Don't know at this point, but both are definitely very high possibilities, probably pretty 50-50 at this point. So maybe we'll see like a cleaner version of that Bumblebee Camaro that we saw in the first film, or it would actually be pretty cool to see him as a Volkswagen Beetle, because Volkswagen did not want to be a part of the first film, so that's what led to Bumblebee becoming a Camaro. But it seems like they maybe have kind of decided, hey, you know, these are really popular, maybe get some popularity in the Beatles again. So we'll see. It would be very interesting if we had a 1980s Transformers movie with Bumblebee as a Volkswagen Beetle. That would be like probably every G1 fan's dream. And that's, I'm sure, what a lot of people wanted to out of the first movie. So can't wait to hear news on what his vehicle is going to be. So filming will be starting very shortly, so maybe we'll know pretty soon. It is starting this summer. No exact date is set yet, but since it is almost June already, I expect it to be starting very shortly. It will have the new director and Travis Knight, who directed Kubo and the Two Strings, which is a very critically acclaimed movie. So great director behind the film, although this will be his first live-action film, which I've talked about in a previous video as part of a Transformers 5 discussion, but just thought I'd reiterate here. So he is going to be directing the film. No Michael Bay, but Michael Bay will be staying on to produce. Because we learned that that whole writer's room that happened was all Michael Bay's idea, and he actually did not want to return to Transformers 5 unless they assembled this writer's room and made good stories. So how about that? So those people that say Michael Bay is not interested in stories, that was a big thing to get him to return, was that he wanted to see this writer's room put together and really expand the Transformers universe. So that is some pretty interesting stuff there. Also, just as a side note, the Cybertron prequel movie, it is animated, is still moving forward. We have not heard any updates about that in a while, but in the recent article in Empire Magazine, they did note that the animated Cybertron prequel is still a go. So no word on release date on that yet. Of course, Bumblebee will be coming out in 2018, next year, and then in 2019 we'll be having Transformers 6, which will be a follow-up to The Last Knight. And so maybe we'll see a Cybertron prequel the year after that, possibly in 2020, or they could go the Marvel route and maybe even have two Transformers movies come out in the same year, or have it come out in like 2019 or so. But since it is an animated movie, they do take a long time to make. I would expect maybe 2020 would be my guess. And then we also could have some more spin-offs in the future as well. It's just, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with expanding this universe. There was also some talk of a an ancient Rome themed Transformers film as well being talked about and as a high possibility. So definitely the Transformers universe is expanding a lot. Can't wait to see what they do, and can't wait to see our first images from filming of this Bumblebee movie, which will be happening pretty soon. Maybe they'll keep it kind of quiet until The Last Night comes out. But I do think that a really interesting way, which I will be talking about in another video, is I have a great idea to tie in the Bumblebee prequel to the first Transformers movie, but I will save that for another video. I'm going to do a whole video discussing my thoughts on that, and I just have a really good idea. So, you know, Christina Hodson, I know you're writing this, you've probably finished writing this film right now, but I hope you included this. So, that just about does it for this Bumblebee discussion video. Make sure to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And until next time, I'm Mike. See you guys.